Hi, I'm Kayla Duncan reporting from E! News live on the red carpet. It is Elizabethan Era Week. Over here we have upper class woman, Queen Victoria. As you can see, she dresses very differently than we do today.
I wear a dress, about so. I have my head dress, which we call hats nowadays, and a collar.
Her makeup is very different than we have today too. Why is this?
We wear white face makeup to show that we don't have to work outside, bright red lipstick, rosy cheeks, and lots of eyeliner.
Very interesting. Can't wait to see you at the fashion shoot later on today. Next we have King upperclassman King Estes VIII. As you can see, he dresses very different than we do today too.
Well, you see, I would have a headdress or a hat, such as sometimes a crown. Then I would wear hip pads and bum pads in my pants, which would be knee-high. I would wear trousers or regular pants. I would have on a puffy shirt, a colorful
Hi, I'm Kayla Duncan reporting from E! News again. It is still the Elizabethan Era Week, and this is a middle-classman named Victoria.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I wear a bum roll. I have padding in my hips and on my shoulders, and I wear many layers of petticoats underneath my dress.
As you can see, she's still very different from the peasants, but you can still see a difference from her and the upperclassmen. I can't wait to see you on the runway later today. Hi, I'm Kayla Duncan from E! News reporting live on the red carpet. We have here a middle-class men.
Hello. I am wearing a jerkin, a hose, and a doublet. These things all would make our dress more elaborate than peasants, but not as elaborate as upper classes. We would also sometimes wear stockings or socks, long socks to cover our shins.
Really now? Well, I can't wait to see you on the runway later tonight. Hi, I'm Kayla Duncan. I'm here with a milkmaid from the Elizabethan era.
My shoes are made of plain leather, my skirt made of wool, and my shirt is made of cotton. I sometimes had a piece of fabric tied over my hair just to show a few curls.
As you can see, these are the cheapest clothes that you can get back in the Elizabethan era days. But they will still be in the fashion show tonight. Once again, I'm Kayla Duncan, and I'm here with a peasant from the Elizabethan era.
Hi, I'm a peasant from the Elizabethan era. I wore things such as a long coat covering down to mid-thigh. I would wear plain trousers with some padding, and I would wear regular stockings. Also, normally we would have the cheapest made things such as Elizabethan cotton, and we would wear wool and leather. These were the cheapest materials we could buy, and sometimes these were more luxurious and simple than the upper classes. Most of all, we had the simplest clothes that money could buy.
Well, even though you have the simplest and cheapest clothes, you will still be in the fashion show tonight, and I can't wait to see what you pull off.
Thanks, Kayla. Hi, I'm Emily Estes.
And I'm Tori Marcus.
And we're here at Fashion Week in Milan. Now, it's the style of Elizabethan era. We are going to talk about some of the history of the clothes and what the models will be wearing while they're getting ready before the show starts.
The history of clothing has changed tremendously. Think of how much it's changed throughout the Elizabethan era.
You're right. The history really has changed. I mean, back then they used to wear doublets, hose, jergens, all different types of things. And now we don't even wear any of these type of things.
Just think about what women wear nowadays. Back then, they used to wear corsets. Now we wear different things.
Not only has the clothing changed, but hair and makeup has changed too.
Hair and makeup's the most essential part of an outfit.
It truly is. Back then, they would wear like white makeup to show that they were upper class because they hadn't been working out in the sun. Nowadays, most people prefer to be tan than pale. Also, they would wear bright red lipstick and rosy cheeks. We still wear somewhat of rosy cheeks and red lipstick, but it's more toned down than they wore.
And also the hairstyles haven't really changed that much. Even for proms, they still wear updos just like in the Elizabethan era with curls.
But sometimes our hairs aren't as elaborate. They used to wear headdresses with their hair so that they would seem a little bit more like fancy and they would be more out there. We don't really do that as much anymore with our hair.
Their headdresses were gold and velvet and jeweled.
They were all different types of things and they were all very beautiful. Mostly the upper class would wear that. In society we still have different classes, but not quite as elaborate and different dressed as they did.
Even the peasants nowadays try to dress like upper class.
And I don't even think we use the word peasants anymore. I think everyone just kind of blends in together now. Most people don't really, we don't have laws like they did. Back then they had laws about what you could wear and what you couldn't wear.
Did you know that children used to dress alike, boys and girls of both sexes?
Did they really? What would the boys wear?
The boys would wear a dress just like his little sister when he was infant.
Didn't you say that the men would dress similar to the children? Like they would dress their children up as their self?
They would dress them up as mini adults.
So the children would wear clothes similar to what the adults would wear?
Yes, according to their social class.
That's right, because the laws passed stated that you could not dress out of your social classes.
Between 3 and 7, a boy would get his breech hose.
And what are those?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, what about security?
Get a boy off the sit. Clear the sit.
Children were dressed based on their surroundings and their parents' income. When they were a child, or when they were a small infant, they would wear a diaper and a shirt or swaddling bands. Up until the age of 6, they would wear streamers attached to their legs to help them learn how to walk. And from 7 on up, they would wear doublets, which were similar to what his sister would wear.
Now, were their diapers similar to ours, or would they consist of a cloth?
They were mainly a cloth just wrapped around the child.
That's interesting. You know, didn't mostly they dress similar to their parents? Like if their mother was a milkmaid, they might dress similar to how she would?
Yes, according to their nobility, they were dressed as mini adults as soon as they could.
Well, Tori, did they happen to wear any hats or anything with all these elaborate clothing?
Yes, men wore really elaborate hats during the Peacock Age.
Oh, well, what materials did these hats consist of?
These hats were made out of silk, velvet, and taffeta, and such.
So these were very expensive, nice materials then?
Yeah, they were.
What colors did they use? Were they like fancy colors, or did they consist of their social classes, or what?
They stayed true to their nobility. The upper class wore purple, gold, and silver.
Oh, well, when did they wear these hats? Would they wear them every day with clothing, special holidays, or what?
There was a law passed in 1571 that everyone had to wear a hat on Sundays and on holidays, but during the Peacock Age, they wore them every day.
That's really interesting. Well, all this information about all these different clothing really helps me to understand about the fashion show. Which, that reminds me, it's almost time for the show to start. We better get going so we can get some good seats.
Let's go.
Now I've got a confession. I decided I wanted attention.
Work it.
I promised myself that I'd do it.